Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Lanmou. This is a general reading for our Leo friends, Leo, Moon, Sun, and Rising for the first 2 weeks of June 2019. Thank you so much for your continued support, Leo. We'll be using the Tough Barrel for the main reading, and we have the vice versa card right here for clarification if needed. All right. And, ooh, all right. What wanted to show up here so much for you, Leo? Two of discs. Change. Almost nearly knocked down like 2 decks of card here, okay? Change really wanting to come out for you. There's change in the air for you, Leo. Let's see. I think that's my little lapis lazuli crystal that flew again. And we're going to... It flew to the floor. Let's see here, a little bit of sage. Ooh. All right, Leo. Here we go. And I pre-shuffled and meditate on your energy before I start recording. So this is a little bit more shuffling on camera for you guys who like to see it. Spirit, what message do you have for all your friends? What message do you have for all your friends? What message do you have for all your friends here? June 2019. What message do you have for all your friends? Alright. I think we're already here, Leo. We have strength, the 9 of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. And then we have the 6 of Cups, the Lovers. No, this is, I said the 6 of Cups, but it's not the 6 of Cups. It's Major Arcana number 6, the Lovers. I don't know why I said the 6 of Cups, Leo. And at the bottom of the deck, we had the Knight of Swords. Okay, and it's kind of like there was a real struggle here shuffling your cards. It's as if the cards wanted to fight with me. We had cards jumping out. We had all this business happening, and even when I was cutting the card, there was still a little bit of a thing happening here. But the most important thing that my eyes are drawn to is that Ace of Wands. It's such an interesting Ace of Wands. For whatever reason, every time I look at this Ace of Wands, it reminds me of the Tower card, right? Because this one here, there's so much going on. It's not just a wand, right? It's a real like lightning strike. It's almost like that original that force, right? That life force. Like it's almost like it's being struck by lightning. It's like that original spark. That's what I feel like here. It's like it's just there are flames and you can see the lightning strike, the zzz, right? The electricity here. It's electrified. There's so much passion. There's so much energy here in that Ace of Wands. So for you, Leo, if you're starting something during this time of June, it's very, very, very promising. Oh my goodness. There's so much passion here. Okay? And let's remember the first card we had was number 9, 9 of Wands. That's like a lot of that's strength. It's literally called the strength card. It's usually, I see that's the card of setting boundaries, right? Of protecting what is yours, not in a sense of not with a sense so much of paranoia, but because you have experienced so much, you know what to expect, so you don't want to put your guards down. So, and this is the Moon and Sag card, the 9 of Wands. So we have a new moon coming up. It's a new moon in Gemini. So for those of you who have your moon in Sagittarius, this message may be even of greater importance to you. But regardless, and here again we have the Lovers card here, which is the card of Gemini. So, and then we have the Knight of Swords. So if you're Leo, where it's dealing of Gemini, so this the message is really there's a real message in there for you that you are gathering your strength in starting something new here, whether with a Gemini or whether it's choosing a path or whether it's really coming together in union, right, with someone, or about something, or perhaps even it's within yourself, right? Kind of like finding strength in accepting your in accepting and balancing your feminine and masculine aspect of your life, your positive and negative sides of your life. There's a real sense of, but it's like there's so much energy going into it. And then again, we have the Knight of Swords. It's moving fast. It's moving fast. And look here, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knights are very fiery energy, right? And the Knight of Swords will be the fiery aspect of swords. And what do we have under the Knight of Swords? We have the Knight of Wands, fire on fire. It's like there's so much energy here, and it's fast moving. Okay, it's electrified. It's if this is like a romantic thing, this is a love thing that's starting out here. Oh my goodness, there is passion. There is so much passion between you and that person, especially if you are dealing with a Gemini. There is so much passion. You have met your match. You have met your match here, Leos. Oh my gosh. So I mean, there's nothing else that I can say here. Okay, you will be that person will be very strong in expressing their passionate side to you, or you will be to them, right? You guys will have a good time. That's what I can say here. That's like, it's just there's so much. Yeah, they can go the distance here. They can last quite a bit of time in expressing their affection to you. Like, I'm so sorry, Leo. Like, it's so clear. There's not much else I'm getting here. It's kind of like, if you're a Leo dealing with a Gemini, expect to have a very good time, a passionate time, right? During this time. Oh, this is the hyperspace that wants to come out for you here. And there's the initials here, the B and the J of the hyperspace here. So if you're dealing with someone with that initial, with B or J, again, heed the advice. That's a hint for you. That person perhaps was trying to keep this emotions, these deep feelings in the down low, to keep it hidden, and it can no longer, and here comes the explosion, right? That can no longer keep it hidden. Here comes the explosion. My God, the secret is out. And here we have the Nine of Swords. Yes, I truly feel like someone was trying to keep this on the down low. Someone was really trying to keep the lead on this, and it's like as if they spent so much time trying to control these feelings that now it's just like they can't anymore. Like, they had the anxiety over it. They didn't know how to express themselves, how to approach it, and it's almost like when you keep something bottled up down so long and you can't anymore, it's just the top flew open, right? The lid just flew open. So boom, here we go. And that's after a lot of, like, sleepless night. The person cannot anymore keep this, okay? And this is a Mars and Gemini card, the Nine of Swords. So there was a lot of perhaps aggressive thinking, right? Or even in the communication. But regardless, it's a card of anxiety here, okay? The Nine of Swords. There was some sleepless nights here. Someone feel a sense of, how do I do this? How do I do this? Well, it's going to happen. There's no much time here, and there's not going to be any thinking here, because there's actions being taken. The secret is out. The thinking, numerating over it, that's over. And let's see here the Strength card. What is the Strength card trying to tell us? What does Leo need strength about here? Spirit is coming about that new beginning, that new offer from the universe, right? That new path, that new love. What is the Strength card trying to tell us here? Because I don't think even if you want to set boundaries, it's too late now, Leos. Because that thing it's hot. You cannot stop destroying once it's out. When that explosion happened here, that's it. You're mine, I am yours, and that's it. And it's a divinely protected union, okay? That it's just. And I think both of you knew about it. And I feel like it was, I don't know if you both were trying to keep it a secret, or one person was trying to keep it a secret, was trying to, like, not to be too obvious about it, or trying to play cool, whatever it was. But there was a sense of secrecy here, and it's no more. And it's all for the better. What is the Strength card trying to tell us? A little clarification on the Strength card for a Leo friend, Spirit. Little clarification on the Strength card. Because even when I was shuffling the cards, we saw like all of this. It's almost like it needed to come out. I can't anymore. Someone was just like, can I hold on anymore? Oh, here we go. The Magician card really wants to come out. So this is about something that was manifested. And we have the Nine of Pentacles showing at the bottom. And here comes again, I think that's a King of Swords. Yeah, some of you really dealing with an air sign here. And I feel very strongly it's a Gemini. And the Magician card is also a card of Gemini sometimes. They say Aries or Gemini. But regardless here, the Magician represents all the... have all the suits here. Someone manifested this. Someone manifested this this new beginning, okay? And we have Stag come out for you, Leos. Trust and thrive. Trust and thrive. Trust in this love. Trust, Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. Trust in this love. Trust in this new beginning. Trust in this path that you're being moved towards, okay? There's passionate energy here. Messages will be going back and forth quite quickly between the two of you. Any secrets, any anxiety that you have, any sleepless nights, those are going to vanish because the truth is gonna come out, right? That spark is going to light the path forward. This is the Whispers of Love Oracle deck. Ooh, okay. I'm sorry here. That at the bottom we had be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. That was the card at the bottom. But the card that actually came out for you was speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. Speak the language of love. Oh yes, you're going to not only be speaking, you're going to do the language of love, Leos, during this time. There is a lot of love here. And I mean, if not love, there's a lot of passion. And I do think there's love here because we have the Lover's card here. There's a lot of passion here. And you will be speaking the language of love. And I have those two Knights of Swords and Knight of Wands. Communication will be going back and forth. This is something that you manifested. This is something you set your intentions on that you really wanted to see happening. And it's happening for you. And it took a lot of strength to see it through because I feel like it wasn't being... someone was playing it cool in this relationship and someone had to hold down the fire while someone else is playing it cool and holding it in. So now it's all out. It's basically you coming into full union. Look at this. There's the angel. There is even a cherub with their striking with their bow here, and then we have the hands of God. Like we don't see the face, right? We see the rainbow behind, like that looks almost like the clitoris here, right? Those almost like that panel of curtains behind. But what we have here is the hands of God, of the divine himself, protecting, blessing this union. And here you are. And here you are here. This is not just about masculine and feminine aspect. This is a real couple here, okay? You're coming into union, in a passionate union that is divinely protected, divinely blessed by the divine. Oh, and then there's a lot of passion. You manifested this. Communication will flow easily. You'll be able to speak the language of love here. Look at the two of you back under this beautiful sunlight, and you will trust the journey, trust the path, and you will strive, okay? Once you guys get together, once that spark happens. I'm so happy for you. Enjoy, Leo. Post some comments if you feel like it. I really would like to hear your stories out there. And come back again in mid-June for the next set of reading. And we have the dailies are back. Also, if you feel like it, you'd like to get some daily guidance, some daily messages, just click on the link for the page and Lanmou Tarot, and then you can see all the reading. They're also on the playlist, the dailies. So thank you so much, guys. I'm sending you so much love. Have a wonderful beginning of June. Bye.